Hello to our parents and families joining us today. My name is Lexi McCarthy, and I'm the Director of Parent and Family Relations at West Chester University. I've served in this role since the office's inception in 2019 and have worked to enhance parent and family experience at West Chester ever since. This session is one in a series that we'll be doing throughout the summer to provide insight into the student experience from WCU experts and members of our RAM-FAM Advisory Council, who are parents and family members just like you. Today's session focuses on campus safety and student conduct at West Chester. First, I would like to ask my panelists to introduce themselves. Please note I've also asked them to share their favorite thing about West Chester. We'll start with Rob and Debbie Dash, then go to Dr. Hilliard Thompson, and then finish with Chief Ray Stevenson.
Rob Dash, I'm an alum from 91 and very happy to be here to have a daughter at West Chester. And my favorite thing was just how close the campus community was.
I'm Debbie Dash, Rob's wife, daughter to Samantha, who's just finished her sophomore year, starting junior year. I love the warm, homey feel of the West Chester campus. It's not too small, not too large, just perfect size fit, feels very warm and homey.
My name is Dr. Tammy Hilliard Thompson, and I serve in the Office of Student Conduct. One of my roles is educating students on how their behavior impacts their career aspirations, as well as the surrounding community and their opportunity to be a member of the WCU community. I've served at the university for a total of 13 years. And my favorite thing about WCU is student engagement. I'm really passionate about attending students' programs, activities, serving as a mentor, celebrating accomplishments, and even having developmental conversations regarding their behavior.
Hi, my name is Chief Ray Stevenson. I'm also an alumni of West Chester University, class 91, just like Rob. I've been affiliated with the university since 1985 in a lot of capacities. The one thing that keeps me here and engaged is the students. We're here for the students, and I try to take my experience of being a student that lived on campus and 13 other different places around the borough and try to help the students navigate higher education.
Thank you everyone for introducing yourself. We'll get started with some questions. Dr. Hilliard Thompson and Chief Stevenson, can you both share a little bit more about your offices and how you partner with parents and families? Dr. Hilliard Thompson, please start.
Our office is located in Ruby Jones Hall in Suite 200, and we have several roles on campus to include upholding community standards. We assist students to be successful and responsible member of the WCU community throughout their time at WCU. We also assist students in evaluating their decisions to promote learning and social responsibility. And we serve students, faculty, staff, families, and the university's community constituents to address student behavior. We also do this by disseminating and interpreting and enforcing the campus policies. We ensure that students' rights to due process is applied fairly and consistently. And we also provide leadership opportunities for our students participating on our university hearing boards. How do we partner with our parents? Well, we make sure that if they have any questions that we can answer when they contact our office, that we provide conduct-related process information. We also encourage them to have conversations with their students, especially if they're upset about the process or they have questions that maybe they're not comfortable asking our office. But so that's how we also partner with parents and family.
Well, one of the things that we like to do here at our Department of Public Safety is we have a nice bragging point. We're the only department that's open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Our basic number one goal is to ensure the safety and security of not only just our students that live here, but our commuter students, as well as our faculty, staff, and any outside visitors that we have to campus. We provide a series of educational workshops or crime prevention workshops, but the goal is educating our students about being safe not only on campus, but off campus as well. There's a tendency on just about any college campus to have the bubble mentality of, you know, this is a great place, and it is, but we want to make sure that you keep safety at the forefront of your mind at all times. Like I say, whether on campus or off campus. We do crime prevention programs. We do a lot of lunchbox series programs. Lunchbox series is basically where we meet with the students in their own environment, which could be the residence halls or the academic buildings or just places where we know they frequent, and just hang out and let them get to know us on a more personal basis. Instead of riding around in a patrol or be non-approachable, we want to be out there and have our students feel comfortable to approach us and engage with us. You'll hear the term engagement. In this time and age, everything revolves around communicating with people and feeling that sense of community. I like to tell families and parents, we're here to support your mission, which is to send your child to our campus, make sure they're safe, have a great time, and by all means, graduate.
That's great. Thank you both. Rob and Debbie, I have a few questions for you. Can you share some conversations that you've had with your student about your expectations of her conduct, and also some conversations you've had with her about keeping herself safe?
The first thing we shared with her about conduct is that she's an adult now, and therefore she should carry herself, present herself as an adult. Don't be confrontational. We explain that public safety as well as borough police are there to help protect, they're not looking for confrontation. They're there to keep you safe. They're there to support you. And basically just act the way you want to be treated. Be respectful of other people. Be respectful of the property. Be respectful of yourself.
One of the other discussions we had, and as an alum, I'm a little familiar with the area, we showed her the best ways to get to different places from her dorm on campus her freshman year. And, following some of the instructions that Chief Stevenson gave, we showed her the best lit areas to walk, the best blocks to walk on where she was visible and wouldn't likely be accosted in any way. That doesn't really occur in Westchester, but it's always best to stay in lit areas, walk as a group, not to go anywhere by herself at night, and just common sense safety things that we all would want for our students.
We also made sure she was aware that public safety was there if she did feel threatened. We advised her and all students to have public safety's phone number readily available in their phone, since we know that all students are attached to their phones pretty much, that a quick phone call and help will be there. And it's not something to be ashamed about, needing, embarrassed about, needing, or afraid to have to need.
Great. Thank you both so much. My next questions are for Dr. Hilliard Thompson. First, will parents be notified when their student is documented for a policy violation and or arrested?
Question has different caveats to it. The Family Educational Rights and Privacy Act, known as FERPA, does not allow our office to share conduct records when a student is arrested and or for policy violations. However, Public Safety and the Westchester Borough Police will notify parents and family members should they deem it necessary. So this is a yes or no question. Yes, our office will notify parents and family members of outcomes of a student's case involving violations of alcohol and drugs only, and if the student is under the age of 21. No, our office will not notify parents and family for students involved in incidents and violations, any other violations than when a student is over the age of 21. Should a student wish to have our office discuss their case with their family or their parent, then the student would have to complete a student request for information release form provided by our office. They can. These are unprecedented times, and COVID-19 related guidelines seem to change frequently. Our goals and hopes as a university community is to educate and assist students with doing their part to increase our outcomes of being safe and healthy. Therefore, yes, students can be held accountable for violations of university policies, such as not wearing a mask, not adhering to gathering size, and any current COVID-19 related policies established for on and off campus.
That was really helpful and useful in thinking about where we are with the pandemic. Chief Stevenson, the Dash has mentioned some things that they talked about that you had given them direction about, or you had talked to the council about how to keep students safe, what conversations to have with their students. What other advice can you give for families? What takeaways about your office should families know?
Oh, several things. We have a walking escort policy on campus. We can escort a student anywhere to and from any point on our campus, morning, noon, or night, if they don't feel safe. What we try to encourage the students is to not only get involved about their safety, but their community safety as well. And I'll give you an example. If a student walks around campus and they notice a pole light is out, something as simple as a pole light, they can feel free to call us and we can put the plans in place to make sure that light is repaired in a timely manner. So once again, safety is everyone's responsibility, and we encourage the students to get more involved. A lot of times it's spectator mentality, meaning, well, somebody else will do it. No, this is your home. We need you to take personal ownership of your safety and your security on our campus.
Great, thank you. That was really helpful. So finally have a question for everyone. What is your parting piece of advice for incoming families about campus safety and student conduct? We'll start with Rob and Debbie Dash, then go to Chief Stevenson, and finish with Dr. Hilliard Thompson.
Our biggest piece of advice, or my biggest piece of advice, as I mentioned earlier, is don't be afraid of public safety. They are there for you. They're not looking for conflict. If you behave as an adult, they are there to help you. They don't want to hurt you. They don't want conflict. They want to help protect, and don't be afraid to take advantage of their presence on campus.
One of my biggest things is people walking alone. There's power in numbers, so to say, and being in a group together. Number one, it fosters that sense of community. Second, it's a way to protect one another. And by being with others, you protect yourself and others. You don't leave anybody alone. In addition, treating your community in a proper way. So you live in the dorm. You treat your dorm mates with a certain amount of respect, but also you lock your door like you would at home. This is your home. You lock your door, you take care of your things, you clean up. You clean up after yourself. You wouldn't leave garbage all over your driveway. You wouldn't leave it all over your dorm room or all over the floor in the hallway. Take care of yourself, take care of your friends, and they'll take care of you.
Thank you.
If I had to give the one piece of advice to parents is, let's start having that conversation now. If you haven't had the conversation with your son or daughter or your loved one, let's begin that conversation now and foster that communication. Because after all, they're going to come here and we're charged with their safety and security. So this is, as I said before, this is a collaboration. The families and our department. And our goal is to make sure they're safe and secure. And I usually tell people, if we can remember the golden rule, treat people the way you want to be treated, we all will be a much happier and safer environment.
I would say my parting advice for families is to become familiar with the Student Code of Conduct and the conduct process, which is located on our webpage. You should also, if you can, encourage your student to do the same. You know, if your student receives a notification to participate in the conduct process, encourage them to do so by reading all the correspondence that is sent to them, knowing their rights and options, and asking questions for clarification. Our office is here for all students and families, and we want to partner with you to make sure that there's a good understanding of the conduct process, and also to make sure that there's proactive understanding and the hopes that a student does not have to participate in the conduct process.
Great, thank you so much. As we conclude our panel, I want to thank you for watching and thank our panelists for all their time, wisdom, and insight. The resources represented here are just a small sampling of what we offer here at West Chester to serve you and your students. If you have any additional questions or concerns, please feel free to connect with Parent and Family Relations via email at parentfamilyrelations@wcupa.edu. I'll also have the contact information for public safety and the Office of Student Conduct on the next slide. We welcome and encourage your engagement, partnership, and Ram Pride. Rams up, everyone.